Hallo, mein Freunde, und willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Dark. Alright, that's a bit of a longer one. Hallo, mein Freunde, und willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Dark. We'll see if I can memorize that one by the end of this season. Hello, travelers. Welcome back to the next episode of Dark. I was worried that I was going to have some issues kind of getting back into the swing of things, but some excessive note-taking aside, there's a lot going on, but all in all, as long as you're just paying attention to the names and what's happening and just trying to do a little bit of detective work, not too hard to follow. These, of course, are going up early on the Patreon, so I don't really have any mention in the way of YouTube comments to read, but if we head over to Patreon, of course. I call mom again. Are they related? Like, what can I say? I said call mom again. I mean, there's a small chance could just be talking about, you know, not Wooler's mother, but yes, they said that, and I was like, I think when I was like, oh, are they related? I wasn't asking the question. I was just like, oh, like making the revelation rather. Everybody's been very encouraging though. You're doing great. You have to get everything. The show will give you multiple chances to pick up on hints and it will hit you over the head a la Mikkel when there's an important plot reveal. Viewers get excited when rewatching to catch early clues, but don't let them spoil the experience for you by insisting you immediately connect the dot. That's the good thing, is that nobody's made me feel dumb or foolish. I've been, if anything, people have been commending me for what I have been catching, filling me in on things I just, that I think your average viewer may have missed, and then educating me on phonetics and history of German culture and language. So it's been a great experience. I think you're still mistaking some people. You called Katerina Charlotte. Yeah, it's true. I pointed out eventually, I had the whole Katerina Charlotte mix-up for a moment. I would also say, unless it's for your own recollection, taking so many notes can actually lead to being more confused due to stop and start. That's true. I did take what some might consider a superfluous amount of notes. I just was doing it for like the main talking points, and I just didn't want to, I'm not wanting to miss anything, right? And even if it seems important, in case I want to refresh myself on an episode and whatnot, to go through and read the quick little, the main points is what I'm looking forward to. But your point taken. Definitely doing the timeline in the smaller window here is the way to go while for my, oh god, my viewing experience. I keep asking why isn't Noah in here, but I feel like we're going to get that answer very soon. I'm thinking, especially because they've revealed that Helge's father is not who we initially thought it would be. Well, I thought Helge's father was burnt. But it turns out the plot twist at the end of season 1 is that young child Helge was... It gets interesting, right? So Bernd Doppler is Greta Doppler's father, which means that Bernd is actually Helge's grandfather. But like child Helge gets to like... There's the attempted murder by Ulrich in 1953. It takes him into the bunker and like leaves the body down there thinking he's dead, realizes that he's not dead too late, and then the incidents in 2019 happens where the wormhole opens up and Jonas and Helge kind of, touch tips, as it were, and that yeets Jonah to 50... Oh, hell. It yeets Jonas to 2052 and takes Helge to 86, doesn't it? So then Helge ends up growing up from 86 onward. And unless I'm mistaken, feel free to correct me. Gonna get really tied up in all this already. Regarding the scene between Wooler and the sex worker, it's quite subtle. I think the pat-pat hug shows that Wooler, while not obviously unsupportive, hasn't fully embraced his sister's gender identity. She strokes his back gently, a womanly hug. He pats her back forcefully, more like you would hug a man or a brother. I see, yeah. I didn't pick up on that in the first go-around, just because Wooler always kind of seems a bit... He's an eager beaver in the police station, but he also seems like a tad bit timid. But I can see that. I can understand your fear of missing key plot points or just getting confused overall. I think everyone who has watched Dark can understand and relate to this. Of course, we were not shamed in the internet for it. Yeah, I haven't been shamed. That's the good news. Nobody's made me feel bad for missing anything. I think people have given me a light joshing because before I started using this timeline, I was often confused. I think I'm most confused Charlotte and Katerina. I would confuse those two adults a lot. And then in the early days, I kept confusing Franziska and Martha a lot. I would confuse Franziska with Martha, and I would confuse Charlotte Doppler with Katharina Nielsen a whole lot. But I think I'm finally better. Maybe, question mark, we'll see. But trust me, every one of us missed plot points somewhere in the show and just got lost, and you're really doing well with connecting stuff. You've been in season 1, and I'm sure you'll continue to do so further on. Much love. I hope you'll continue dark. Oh, 100%. I discovered you through your dark reactions. I saw you already did Sever in season 1. Been watching your reactions since. It's been really fun, like your way of thinking. Well, I appreciate that. I really do. We did beginnings and endings, about to head into dark matter. I'm still not sure if Claudia is good or bad. The season 1 starting quote is by Nietzsche. And if you look into an abyss for a long time, the abyss also looks into you. So they're talking about whoever this Adam guy is, which we finally were introduced to this Adam, this scarred, mutated looking Fallout New Vegas monstrosity that seems to be the source of all evil, even Noah's boss himself. I'm telling you, I don't know who it is yet, but if everything is connected, I'm telling you, it's I'm thinking one of the 2019 adults is probably going to be Adam. I mean, when the reveal comes, we're going to be like, oh my god, so-and-so is Adam. What? And then that'll be the whole thing. That's my guess anyway. Current Noah, as we know him, full-grown adult Noah, took in the child version of himself, like adopted him, and then gave him the name Noah, I believe. It was something like that. But basically took him in, called him Noah, and is grooming him to become him. And it's kind of like self-fulfilling cycle, this like paradox, if you will. Noah's notebook itself claims that June 27th, 2020 is beginning of the last cycle. So as we cut to the 2019, now 2020 timeline, yeah, we're basically like less than 6 days away from the apocalypse, more or less, or the Vinden ending disaster, as it were. We've met new character Clausen, the head of the Vinden task force, who's taking charge of the missing persons case. Most of Vinden dies on June 27th. We're trying to avoid that. It's weird because Jonas has come to the realization that he played right into Noah's hands, but he's still like, oh, but I can still change things. And I'm thinking over here, look, you tried that once already. You thought that you doing your own thing was you changing things, but you were playing right into his hands. So who's to say that whatever you're gonna try to keep doing isn't still part of what you were inevitably always going to do? Elizabeth, reading through grandparents' books, picks up the Kai Bollier, finds photo that includes Noah and Adam, found an old photo of them, and is like, Mama, this is the person I saw that gave the watch. And with all that out of the way, I just wanted to refresh myself, as well as kind of make sure that I'm communicating my notes to you guys and gals, that we're all on the same page. My pen, my clicky is at the ready. Let's hop into dark matter. How have you stabilized it? Uh-huh. Voltage. I see. That's the blue we saw in there, the electricity. They're saying that they have stabilized the God particle big if they pump electricity through it. So I'm curious to see what state it is in when it's not being pumped with electricity. Keep it stable. If they pump electricity, creates time travel portal. I know, already depositing the notes. When will it end? So where does it go? Oh my. It seems so violent. Like I'm looking at the lost smoke monster over here. Not sure what the energy source is. What do you think you're gonna do, buddy? A self-sustaining recursive system? Oh, he's trying to get it to work so we can go. Dude, you're trying to figure out how to control this thing? The matter exists in all states at once. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Dude, how did... Jonas picks up on stuff quick. He's a smarticle particle right now. Dude, so... Jonas is... I just let it play out, though, but now it's... So that was when it was unstable, but if you do it right, you can stabilize it. Oh, yikes. Almost had it. He almost had it. You need more fuel or more power? I like how quickly he picked it up. Interesting. So in its rawest form, the God particle is just an amalgamation that it exists outside our laws of science and physics and quantum entanglement, yada yada, and is simultaneously all states of matter at once. I'm curious how much like you take a movie like Interstellar, right? And before you get to the black hole and you get to theoretical intergalactic travel and physics, and that's all the theoretical stuff. Before that, the movie is very scientific in how everything functions and works. And I think that Christopher Nolan consulted with many a scientist and space expert. I'm curious how much of Dark, I mean, a lot of it has to be theoretical, like literally time travel, because we have the only possible evidence we have of time travel is that if you can go fast enough, I forget if it's, I think it's faster than the speed of light. If you can go fast enough, theoretically, you can travel forward in time a little bit. It'd be very difficult to do it, but going back through time seems to be impossible. So it's all theoretical when we're dealing with it like this. But I'm curious how much of this show's science is rooted in, you know, like how much of it is rooted in our science and physics. I mean, obviously we're like literally quoting Nietzsche and Einstein and philosophers and different elements of science, but also science fiction. So I'm curious how much of it is even plausible. In any case, it's great conversations for science and for also philosophy. Part of why I love the show. June 22nd, 1987, 5 days till the apocalypse. Wait, did it say 1987? Oh, damn. Oh, 5 days before the apocalypse across all timelines. That's very interesting, because when we were in 2020, it said 6 days, and 87, again, everything's connected, no matter what year you're on. If we're on that, like, each point in the 33-year little segments here and there, at all times at the same time, the apocalypse will happen. That's really interesting. We finally get to see what happens to Michael eventually. The Goonies. Good taste. Captain Future. Interesting that Jonas eventually sleeps in this little neat little room in the same bed as his Faja. So it's a side note, but interesting they both seem to suffer the same nightmares, wake up. Aw, Inez Bean, mama. He told her that he's from the future. Does she actually believe him is the question. I think eventually she does.
Du weißt, was wir darüber gesagt haben.
Let's not make up your pretty stories.
Und jetzt ist jetzt.
So she just wants him to move on, regardless if she truly believes him or not. I'm sure she realizes he's definitely a unique child, to say the least. Damn dog.
Die bloß aufgetrieben.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Sieht ja aus wie Gretchen.
I was about to say, looks just like Gretchen. Egon and Regina aren't related, are they? Oh, no, wait, no, I keep saying Regina. Claudia. Obviously, Egon is Claudia's grandfather. That's right. It is grandfather. No, right? Am I crazy? No, Tiedemann. Egon and Doris Tiedemann. Regina's No, because, yeah, Regina's grandfather. We're still not sure who Regina's father is, right? No, because wasn't there... Wait, I'm thinking of Trant. Trant was having an affair. My mind's all over the place. I gotta take it easy here.
Hallo, Opa. Können wir?
Muss nicht Tschüss sagen, kein Problem.
Whoa.
Du wolltest mir was sagen?
Never mind. It can wait. One more time? Yeah, she's off put by that. One more time? Remind me again. Claudia, right? Claudia. 86 Claudia. Yeah, this is the beginning of her going down the rabbit hole. Now we're in 2020. This Adam guy. Noah. The photo's dated January 8th, 2021. What was it? 1221? What was the 1821, right? I do a little thing that I love, and I know it's on purpose, of course, but it just tickles me pink, is that every time that we ever see Noah or even mention his name, his theme of the like, it kicks in every time. It kills me. Yeah, right there. 1921. Sigmundas Kreis ist echt.
Das Interview mit Frau
Smooth.
Wieso? Haben Sie was Besseres zu tun?
Nein.
Und das AKW-Gelände ist verschwunden.
Yeah, exactly.
Der verschwundenen Bruder Ihres Kollegen oder?
Yeah, this guy picks up quick, picking up all the connections.
Ihr Mann und seine Frau eigentlich verheiratet.
He's asking all the right questions.
Den Nachnamen seiner Frau angenommen hat?
Nein.
Oh, he's a smart cookie. Doesn't normally the gal take the guy's name? And he's gonna look. I like this Clausen guy. I like him a lot. He literally, he's a good detective. I mean, I don't know why Charlotte's playing so dumb right now, unless she's just distracted or legitimately thought there were avenues not worthy of pursuit. But he's literally asking all the right questions and like all the patterns that there could be, or the trails to go down. He's noticing them and he's trying to like investigate every lead. He's being a very good detective and kind of outside third party. Just even if it's something, questions that have been asked or ideas that have been ruled out, he's like, no, we got to investigate all facets of this. Like, what are you talking about? Like, come on, we got to do this. Of course, she's not in the best state to be interviewed. Jan Elizabeth still poring over grandpapa's old books. Oh my god. Damn hippie. I'm kidding.
Blasen 40 €, Anal 85, Spielchen kosten extra. Mit wem hast du es gemacht, hä? Wem mit diesem verschissenen Kaff hast du schon
I love how just Magnus is always given to the third degree. Like, he pursued her once before, like, try to like follow her and find out what she's doing, and both times just comes as soon as he thinks he has the right evidence, just starts swinging crazy.
Gedanke ist, dass ich mich prostituiere.
Ja, was denn sonst?
What else? Maybe you ask.
Scheiß Hormontherapie, du Idiot!
You know, remind me again just to have the proper frame of context here. Yeah, Magnus is talking to Franziska. That's right.
Mein Vater hat die früher als Bezahlung für seine Besuche benutzt. Jetzt geht er nicht mehr hin und ich bin die neue Bezugsquelle.
He uses them to pay for his visits. He stopped going out. I'm the new supplier. I see. So, interesting. Yeah, my father... So, when I got you, visits, plural, I see. So... But wait. Okay, I know, yeah. So, Peter was seeing Wooler's now sister. And when used to pay for his visits with the hormone therapy. And when he stopped going, she became the new supplier. So, she's selling them, I guess? Interesting. Are they not easily obtainable in Vinden? I wonder where she gets them from.
Ich helfe ihr, sie hilft mir.
And she helps you by pain? Or...
Glauben, dass du mir hinterher spionierst.
And this isn't the first time either. Magnus, you gotta chill, dude. I get it, you're paranoid, but bro, you gotta chill. Boy, oh boy. This whole situation's semi-awkward. And that's the old machine.
Was ist das?
Eine Zeitmaschine.
In a way.
Mit diesem Apparat kann man 33 Jahre in die Vergangenheit und 33 Jahre in die Zukunft reisen.
What opens a wormhole, rather. Oh, what she's interested now. How can I profit off this? How can I benefit?
Du meinst es ernst?
You and me, my son, we can change the world.
Ich habe alles falsch gemacht.
See, I did it all wrong.
Ich habe versucht, ein Geheimnis zu bewahren.
What makes you think this will be any different?
Das ist genau das, was uns kaputt macht.
That's true.
Papas Geheimnis.
Dad's secret. Oh. Oh. Copywritten music. Not gonna hear this on the YouTubes. Oh boy. Welcome to 1986, boy! Oh, I guess he already came here once.
Mach mal Platz.
Damn. Gotta love it. Oh, looky. It's my future wife. Oh boy. Oh, he's like, I can't do it. With the dog. Oh my god.
Das ist wegen dem Hund. Sie sagt, gehört ihr.
Oh. What? Oh shit. Oh my god. So it's hers. I mean, yeah, she's not wrong. Claudia gets to work. And old Claudia is waiting in her office. Oh boy. This is another self-fulfilling paradox if you come to guide your younger self. Crazy. You seem familiar.
Ist das Ihr Hund?
The outfit.
Als ich ein Kind war.
Gretchen. Because it is your dog.
Woher wissen Sie das?
Come on.
Weil es mein Hund ist.
See, it's interesting because some time travel media, right? It says if you ever, like, because what Jonas tried to tell himself, I shouldn't say that. So some things they claim you can't interact with, and some things you do interact with, and then they say, oh, you were always meant to interact with that person. That was fate. That was the path that you were always on because that is the path that you were on and were going to go on. It's interesting because also, does she have, I never noticed this before, does she have two different colored irises? I forget what that's called, but I know that one of my favorite characters of all time, a Handsome Jack, has the same thing. I didn't realize that she has two different colored eyes. That's really cool. I low-key wish I did too. It'd be really neat. But it's interesting how, all that to say is that people in this show can talk to the past or future versions of themselves, and the fabric of space-time doesn't rip apart if they do.
Wie bitte?
Also hat schon gestreut. Nein.
Is Egon sick?
Ja, das müsste gehen.
That I was gonna tell her. Not long for this world.
Machen Sie sich keine Sorgen, ich hab den.
I'd assume it's Egon. The shaky breath is that of a man who's like having to come to terms with his own health. Though it seems like you've lived a pretty long life, though. Helge Doppler, why not through the forest? Indeed.
Aber ich erinnere mich an genau diesen Moment. Geh zu den Jalousien.
Before I lose my damn mind, by the way. Heterochromia, that's what it is. Heterochromia. A condition where the irises have different colors either between the two eyes or within the same eye. Genetic heterochromia or acquired. Oh, interesting. Either caused by a genetic mutation or inherited conditions like Waardenburg syndrome or piebaldism. Or it's acquired. It can also develop later in life due to eye injury, certain medical conditions, or even some eye drops. Complete heterochromia or partial. Heterochromia. Neat.
Gleich wird unsere Sekretärin zum rechten Tisch gehen. Auf dem Weg wird sie sich Luft zuwedeln.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Wie haben Sie das gemacht?
Ich habe alles erlebt.
Dog's at peace.
Und mir wurde von mir gesagt, dass wir eine und dieselbe Person sind.
And it all fulfills.
Das ist Gretchen. An dem Tag, als sie in die Höhle gelaufen ist, habe ich dort auf sie gewartet. Sie hat mich gleich erkannt, als wäre ich keine Sekunde gealtert. Sie auf die andere Seite gebracht, damit du sie findest.
To prove. Just to help solidify all this.
So wie sie es immer getan haben.
See, I'm so curious how much that's going to apply. Some things have to happen as they always have. But do they, though? Because the whole point of this show is that people are trying to change how the course of time and this cyclical triquetra, everything everywhere all at once paradox that is Vinden. So can you change fate? Does fate even exist? I know I'm a broken record. We keep repeating these same questions over and over again. Some things have to happen as they always have.
Es ist doch noch was passiert.
Yeah. Now you've got it. And it's back on the Oregon Trail. So I wonder if the disaster that happened, if most people died that day, was it just a blast? Was it nuclear? Like, did it incinerate people? I wonder how it worked. Again, can't have this playing on YouTube. I'm caught in a trap. Trying to lure somebody? Interesting. I like how it's meant to be a trap, but like it literally is a song about being caught in a trap. Which is the whole thing about Elvis and his contract in Vegas, right? And what, Jonas is gonna try to go out there and siphon some gas? Risky as hell, but I mean, smart. Yikes. I'm sure he's not a fighter either. Guerrilla tactics over here. Oh, so you gotta be super quiet, dude. Hopefully he won't hear the sound of sloshing liquid. Maybe he would smell gasoline? There's some noise. You better hurry. Nice. Jesus. So those are not good guys then. Lucky he got picked up by the people that he did then. So that's a third faction.
Da geht's Geister und Dämonen, die man von seinen Eltern erbt. Dunkle Sachen von Generation zu Generation.
And this, just to confirm, this is Jan Regina, right? Wait, no, hang on, because that was Claudia Regina. But I thought we saw Jan Regina and she had the glasses on, but this was another girl in Claudia's home. Did she take her glasses off and do up her hair? Either this is Claudia or she doesn't have a sister, does she? Hang on, we're right at 2140, right? Am I crazy? Hang on a second. When she was calling for her, what was the name she used? Regina, you'll be late. But when we last time that we saw Regina in 86, yeah, she had her hair was poofier and she had glass. Am I crazy? Am I thinking of somebody else? Did she just change her appearance? Some time went on and she changed her hairstyle?
Dass man es dann weitergibt.
This is Alexander in a suit with some cut up hair?
Zu Generation.
I guess so. They just changed their outfits.
Und wenn sie da ist, dann nur man mir rumzumosern.
Yeah, not the mother of the year.
Ich liebe dich.
Oh. Yeah, so she just changed her appearance. Not to be superficial, but definitely a bit of a glow up. How far
Wie
we've
würden Sie
come.
Ihre Beziehung zu Ulrich Nielsen beschreiben?
Ich glaube, es ist bekannt, dass wir keinerlei Beziehung zu den Nielsens.
You could say that.
Er wollte wissen, was 1986 wirklich passiert ist, weil ich die Letzte war, die seinen Bruder lebend gesehen hat.
Seit wann lebt er in Winden?
Wieso fragen Sie?
Warum hat er Ihren Nachnamen angenommen?
Verstehe ich jetzt nicht, was hat das eine mit dem anderen zu tun? Also wenn wir hier fertig...
Dude, let him do his work. Did you shush me?
Oder?
Uh-oh.
Letztes Jahr kam ein Fremder ins Hotel. Das sind seine Sachen.
Big revelation in the case, it seems.
Er sah aus wie ein Obdachloser. Er hat bar bezahlt. Ist nach ein paar Tagen wieder gegangen, wollte das Zimmer aber behalten. Ist nie zurückgekommen.
Never came back.
Das hing überall an seinen Wänden.
Interesting.
Als er gegangen ist, wollte er, dass ich ein Paket für ihn aufgebe.
The time machine, yeah.
Warum haben Sie das nie erzählt?
The very same book your grandfather had? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Charlotte. Now she's like, well, how is my grandfather involved?
Elisabeth hat Schwimmunterricht, das habe ich ganz vergessen.
Oh, subtle.
Sie können sich ein Taxi nehmen.
Damn. Dude, all the red flags are going off for Clausen. Charlotte is making herself look incredibly guilty. Because in a way, she's indirectly involved. Damn. So, literally, so Charlotte... Jesus. Charlotte sees Peepaw. I'm just gonna say Peepaw. Sees Peepaw's books, freaks out, and takes off. Which I would say undoubtedly Clausen has to be suspicious. Not a good look, Charlotte. Although, how can you even talk about something like that? How could you even begin to try to explain?
Wie sah der genau aus?
Ooh. Well, although there's also the possibility, grim though it may be, that Clausen knows more than he's letting on, and he's somehow involved in all this. But something tells me he very well just may be an unbiased third party. Oh, damn. Okay. Taking his mother through time? Jesus.
Was soll das? Was machen wir hier?
Take the most unstable person in Winden through a time portal. Lord. Does it have enough fuel to work?
Ich hab dir gesagt, es wird einfacher zu verstehen sein, wenn du es erst gesehen hast.
Oh, you're just gonna show her the formation of like the dome thing or something. Oh, with the phone, yeah, because the phone's got to be present too. Specifically Ulrich's phone.
Hab keine Angst.
But it's not the machine. It's just what opens the wormhole, right? Is that to say the actual device does travel people through time? I thought it was just to trigger the tunnels to be able to function properly. Oh, he thinks it's his way forward. I see. Yep, there goes the device. The sphere, rather. A smaller version. Oh, I see. Oh, no, it literally can work like that. Okay. I didn't think it could. The device can operate independently.
Müsstest du nicht in der Schule sein?
Oh, you leave this man. Oh my god, what are you doing out here? Jesus, Noah, just everywhere all at once. So, I keep wanting to say mods. Mikkel, Herd, Rumble. Unless we're in 87 already.
Ich kenne Sie. Sie waren im
I guess we are in
Krankenhaus.
87, aren't we?
Ich komm gern hierher.
Hey, you're in the hospital.
Besonderer Art. Warum bist du nicht in der Schule?
They always make villains and ass apples in these things, huh?
Manchmal weiß man eben nicht so recht, wohin mit sich selbst.
When we're supposed to be?
Da drin ist es wie in einem Labyrinth.
That's very true.
Sind schon manche nicht mehr rausgekommen.
I don't like how close you are with that knife there.
Da haben Sie was gesagt.
Yeah, we still don't know what he said.
Das mit Gott. Und dass er für jeden Menschen einen Plan hat.
Gott irrt sich nicht.
Blasphemy.
Manchmal müssen wir nur ein bisschen fester dran glauben, dass alles wieder gut wird.
Faith, the easy answer for everything. Interesting. Very interesting. And of course, Noah responds in turn, you must simply have faith. Isn't that always the easy answer when it comes to that? Just have faith in the process. I wonder to what extent Michael gets involved in all of that.
Mit der Pensionierung habe ich ja jetzt Zeit.
Egon sees Helge, who's in the hospital or in a hospital. Interesting. Finally following up, like from all those years ago.
An dem Tag hattest du Schicht im AKW. Du hast gesagt, du hättest die Landstraße nach Hause genommen, aber das ist ein Umweg.
All these years finally follows up.
Er kann die Vergangenheit ändern und die Zukunft.
Wer hat das gesagt? Was hat das mit Mats zu tun?
Man with the stone.
Niemand kann das ändern. Niemand.
The White Devil.
Der weiße Teufel, das hast du schon mal gesagt. Als Kind.
Ulrich, right? Ulrich? TikTok, TikTok. Dude, that car accident f***ed him up. Jesus. Egon visits Helge at the home hospital. Follows up on interview. And even as early as now, keeps saying TikTok, TikTok. Man's been through the ringer.
Ich möchte, dass du einer Idee vertraust, die größer ist als du selbst.
Took her to the cave?
Was ist das? Das ist die größte Entdeckung der Menschheit.
Dark matter?
Gleicher Untergang. Und es dauert genau 33 Jahre, bis der Kreis erneut geschlossen ist. Und du hier stehen wirst, wo ich gerade stehe. Und deine Rolle akzeptierst in diesem endlosen Tanz.
Accept your role. It's interesting how everybody's so much like, oh, you got to accept your role in all this. This is how it goes. All we're doing is fulfilling this endless loop, this endless cycle. You just have to accept it, as if to imply that it's ne'er unbreakable. The only person who believes this cycle can be broken is Jonas. But even then, is he correct?
Du musst Adam stoppen.
You must stop Adam. Okay, now she's trying to break the cycle.
Wer ist Adam?
So Claudia seems to be on the side of good, perhaps. Claudia takes Claudia into caves to show her and says, you must stop Adam. Like, for real, though?
Geschehen muss.
Okay, but until then, everything must happen as it has. Everything has to happen as it has until eventually you figure out a way to stop Adam and change this cycle. But in the meantime, we have to feed into this cycle to perpetuate it until you get that opportunity, I guess, is what we're maybe saying here, I think.
Aber wenn alles gelingt,
You don't have much more time with Regina?
dann wird sie leben.
Interesting. You don't have much time with Regina, but she may live. What happens to her? Just one of the lives that's lost in the apocalypse. I feel like he's either going to be followed or caught this time. Jonas returns to dead... Oh, there we go. Yep. Dead zone with gas. Oh, there's a whole squad's there. Well, damn. Shouldn't have gone in broad daylight. Does she recognize him, though? That's the question. Oh boy, Charlotte's like, it's all connecting too much.
Alles in Ordnung?
Letztes Jahr, als die Kinder verschwunden sind, war ein Mann in Reginas Hotel. Er hatte Zeichnungen dabei. Kopien. Eine Reise durch die Zeit. Alle haben immer gesagt, er ist ein Spinner.
Wo bist du gerade?
Aber er wusste, dass das alles wahr ist.
Damn.
Warum hat er mir nie gesagt, wer meine Eltern wirklich sind?
Why did he never tell me who my parents really were? Who are Charlotte's parents? Oh boy. Oh no. Got a bad feeling about this. Parents were. We still don't know who Charlotte Doppler's parents are. The family of the time man, H.G. Tannhauser. Interesting. Oh damn. Right to death, huh? Public execution. Well, we know he survives. So wait, hang on a second. If that is Elizabeth, is that Martha? Oh no, Francisca rather. See, look at me, still confusing names. Is that older Francisca? Because she looks similar. It makes sense the sisters would stick together.
Du kennst die Regeln.
Damn. They don't want to kill him, but he disobeyed the rules.
Glaubst du, sie gelten nicht für dich?
Warum lügst du sie an? Warum sagst du nicht, dass wirklich in der Todeszone ist?
Ah, damn. Good shot, though. Jesus.
Alle werden sterben. In 5 Tagen, in meiner Zeit. Ich muss das stoppen. Die Passage wird sich niemals öffnen. Euer Paradies, das gibt es nicht. Aber hinter der Mauer...
Yikes. But to them all, it just seems like the ravings of a desperate man. But we know he doesn't die here, right? Like, question mark? Unless... No, she has that look in her eyes, see? What, is she gonna shoot the rope or something? Curious. Jesus. And that's how, oh my god, that's how he gets it. That was rough. Right, because we've seen him. I always wondered in the back of my head how he had that scar around his neck. I'm like, when did he ever get, you know, choked out or whatever? He almost gets hung in the future, gets a deep gash in his neck from it. Ouch. And then he has a permanent scar from when he was almost hung in 2052.
Hör mal, 1953 haben wir einen Mann verhaftet, 2 Kinder getötet.
Yeah, what happened to Ulrich? We haven't seen him in a hot minute.
Ich wollte wissen, was aus dem geworden ist.
Yeah, what became of him? That is a very good question. He becomes Adam. That's his villain arc.
Okay, genau der Fall. Was ist immer noch hier?
He's still here?
Wo?
Oh, yo, old man Ulrich? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Ich möchte mit einem Patienten sprechen.
Oh, boy. What kind of hospital is this?
Mich nicht angemeldet.
I don't think I saw a sign out front, but I see people in white. Maybe it's like for the criminally insane or something.
Der müsste schon 34 Jahre hier
Must have
sein.
been here for 34 years now.
Der Kommissar.
They call him the inspector.
Wird sich ja freuen, dass er mal Besuch bekommt.
Hat er...
Is he cognizant?
Hat er auch Freigang?
Nein, der ist in der geschlossenen.
Oh, geez. In the closed ward. Whatever that means.
Der da drüben.
Back in,
Mit dem langen Grauen.
back in 52.
Danke.
But now here we are in 86. With the long hair, huh? I doubt it, but I'm curious if we might recognize him. What's crazy is, so it's gonna be, this is like, the fact that old man Egon was always fighting with young Ulrich, like about, you know, him being a juvenile delinquent. And now here we are, old man Egon visiting old man Ulrich.
Vielleicht erinnern Sie sich nicht mehr an mich.
Oh, I remember you.
Mein Name ist Egon Tiedemann. Ich habe Sie vor 34 Jahren verhaftet.
I arrested you 34 years ago.
Egon Tiedemann, wie könnte ich dich jemals vergessen?
Just tries to kill him. Well behaved for 34 years.
Ich habe ein paar Fragen.
My only aim is to take many lives. The more, the better I feel.
Ich kenne das.
Yeah.
Das haben Sie schon mal gesagt.
Indeed.
Was hat das zu bedeuten?
Das bedeutet, dass du Trottel immer noch nichts verstanden hast. Du hast nicht mehr viel Zeit.
Yeah, if Egon could put the pieces together, he'd recognize that, because if I'm not mistaken, those are the lyrics of the song that, yeah, because like young Ulrich in his room was listening to that when Egon came in and was like, oh, these lyrics, is that really how you feel, this devil music and all that? And if he could just put that together, he'd figure out who this mysterious stranger actually is. But, of course, not gonna happen.
Aber vielleicht ist es auch dein Schicksal, ahnungslos zu sterben, so wie du geboren wurdest.
Damn.
Jedem das, was verdient.
What a fate. What a fate. So where did he take Hannah then? Oh, that's right. This is Inez.
Wo warst du denn? Ich habe mir solche Sorgen gemacht. Ich habe in der Schule angerufen. Die haben gesagt, du warst gar nicht da. Ist was passiert?
Couldn't do it, Mom. Couldn't do it.
Es gibt einfach Tage, die sind für die Tonne.
The copium. Those are some short shorts. Jesus. I keep forgetting what time period we're in.
Und mein Papa hat dazu getanzt. Wie Elvis. Glaubst du an Gott?
Oh. We're having these conversations now, huh?
Glaubst du, dass er für uns einen Plan hat? Ich glaube zum Beispiel, dass Gott dafür gesorgt hat, dass du zu mir.
I was about to say, to bring you into my life.
Und dass sein Plan für mich ist,
Right. God, not time travel.
für dich da zu sein.
Not the machinations of men.
So, jetzt machen wir Toast Hawaii.
Toast Hawaii. Is that like a German dish primarily? I'm curious now. Ooh, that looks, oh my god. Interesting. An open sandwich consisting of a slice of toast with ham and cheese and a maraschino cherry in the center of a pineapple slice, baked so that the cheese starts to melt. It was made popular by the West German TV cook Clemens Wilmenrod in the 1950s. Origins, a Germany dish. Honestly, I would go for that. That sounds great. The two closest approximations I can make culturally to American cuisine, upon looking at it first, I looked and I was like, oh, is that French toast? And I'm like, no, it's not French toast. And then it also, with the glaze of the cheese, it makes me think of like an Eggs Benedict a little bit. But with the flavor profile, it makes me think more of like a Hawaiian pizza with the ham and the pineapple, right? Interesting. So an open sandwich, so just basically like toast, ham, cheese, pineapple, toast, ham, cheese, pineapple, and a cherry. Low key though, the sweet and the savory. I would go hard. I'd smash that. Sounds really good. You learn something new every day. Never heard of Toast Hawaii. Makes me think of like learning the cultural differences, like in the UK. We ate beans and toast. I'm like, all right. Baked potato with what? Beans and tuna fish. I'm like, Jesus. All right, sure. I go off like. Oh God, is the did she skim his leg or is the bullet still in there? God, that wound's gonna get infected. Interesting. So I assume in this timeline, Magnus probably bit the big bazooka, huh? But Franziska and Elizabeth, they both survived. Yikes.
Warum hat sie dich nicht getötet?
Good question.
Wer bist du wirklich?
You don't know him?
Wer bist du?
Are you not Franziska? Well, she knows that if she didn't.
Was wirklich in der Todeszone ist.
Oh. Well, assuming this is Franziska. Dude, his neck and his leg. Dude, Jonas I said it once, I'll say it again. Jonas goes through it. Oh, and that's an open wound. Oh, jeez. Not bandaged, not disinfected, nothing like that. I'm not crazy, right? Because that's got to be Elizabeth growing up, and that's also got to be that is Fran. I mean, different colored hair, but similar facial structure. Is that not Franziska? Are they not still? Because that's got to be Elizabeth. That's got to be Elizabeth. Why wouldn't he just say who he is? Would she not believe it? They already believe in time travel, the power of the portal, the wormhole. Oh boy. Now with the fuel, will he get it to work? Because that God particle is their only hope of traveling through time again, right? Oh, I see. Damn. Crazy. So Jonas took Hannah back to 86. Yeah, the missing kid. Oh my God. Talk about a shock to the system. The Egon Ulrich. Come on, dude. See, you gotta put it together eventually. Maybe there's still hope for Hannah to have a more positive character arc instead of this conniving witch. Everybody comforting each other. People that are scarred or slowly being scarred for life. How many people know the truth? Clearly she didn't. Do any of them know the truth? Do they just think that they need to all stay away from this? Or did Elizabeth see this first or something? Like somebody who doesn't understand it saw it and maybe told, like, try to ward off the rest of the group with these, Damn. She brought lamps outside for the dig. Still in this outfit too? What a vibe. So what's the secret to beating Noah and Adam? A time machine. Oh, she gives her younger self a goddamn time machine. How's she gonna know what to do with it? Damn, buried it a long time ago. Before the development was even built. Ah, yes, Vinden's happiness. Yeah, because he almost had it before. So theoretically, if he can keep it fueled, this should do the trick.
Sie hat gesagt, es ist ein Portal.
Wer?
Ich habe Kassetten. Da spricht eine Frau drauf. Ihr Name
Who's
ist Claudia
speaking?
Tiedemann.
Claudia, there we
Ich
go.
weiß, macht alles keinen Sinn, aber das da ist vielleicht der einzige Weg, um zurück nach Hause zu kommen.
Jeez. So is the answer just to go in? You gotta touch it first? Oh god.
Du willst da rein?
What choice do I have?
Ob ich da drin sterbe oder da draußen, macht keinen Unterschied mehr.
Damn. Especially if he's just going down the same road he's always been destined to go down so far, if we subscribe to fate. He knows that whatever he is doing, whatever he thinks is the way forward, ultimately is the way that he went. Whoa. There's no knowing where we're going. She knew who he was, unless he told him already. Told her. He never said his name, though, did he? It only took him. I was only stable enough to take him. I would think it's Francisca. She knew his name. Unless he said his name earlier. But she knew his name, in any case. Oh, boy howdy. Boy howdy. I'm curious, though, by giving the time... By old Claudia giving young Claudia the time machine... What does she think she's going to accomplish? So Claudia seems to be on the side of good. Insofar as that she's like, okay, we have to do what we've been doing in the cycle so far. We have to keep abiding by that. But I can give myself something to change how this is going to go. And we're going to break the cycle eventually. But how? Does she even know how? I'm curious. All right, well, lots of moving pieces. That's another episode of Dark in the bag. All right, thank you guys and gals so much for watching. 2 episodes into the 8 for the season. We're going to keep on trucking forward in the next one, of course. As always, I might have neglected to say it at the beginning, but if you guys and gals are liking this content and want to see, if you want early access to these episodes, by the way, up to literally weeks before they hit YouTube, and you want your reactions full, uncut, uncensored with HD video accompaniment, as always, you can go to patreon.com/MovieMan101 to support the channel more. Otherwise, of course, you being on YouTube is more than enough support. It is greatly appreciated. I thank you so much for it. As always, like the video, subscribe for more content, get those numbers up, smash that button, follow the stuff, comment below to help with the algorithm, all that jazz. Thank you guys and gals so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode of Dark. Have a good day, have a good night, goodbye.